Man, this is live. Anything can happen. Man, this is live. Anything can happen. Man, this is live. Anything can happen.
And what if you fuck up?
Man, this is live. Anything can happen.
I'd be pissed scared I'd get a boner or fucking fart or something.
Man, this is live. Anything can happen.
Shut the fuck up, man. You're making me nervous.
It's time for a little pop culture in your morning. Welcome, guys. We got a little small crowd here today. Hopefully we'll pick up 6 people. Whoa, 6 people breaking the internet down. I know. Okay, Morning Junkman, collect them all, says Left Coast Graphics, always nice to see him. Brian, of course, is here. Always nice to see Brian. Ashley is always here. And we got Teeny Tim here. It looks like he's got a picture of... looks like Son of Sam. Maybe I'm wrong. It's really small. Ashley's grinning. Okay. Papa Fit. Knock knock. Land Shark. That's right. We're going to talk Saturday Night Live today. We're going to look at the best top 10 cast members, at least what I think, or at least what I thought today. I probably could change the list around. We're going to look at the best and worst seasons of Saturday Night Live. What cast group was the best? Which one was the worst? And top 10 characters from Saturday Night Live. Someone mentioned catchphrases. Somebody said cowbell. I should have done a list of catchphrases. That would have been kind of fun to do here. But let's see if we can bump this up a little bit and get more people in here really quick. Let me go over to Twitter. I know you don't want to watch me tweet, but I need to really start trying to grow the morning show. The morning show is hard to get people. I can get about 100 people in the afternoon show, but I knew the mornings was going to be a little rougher to get people into, a lot of people's at work and stuff. So let me just tweet it out a little bit, and then we'll get on to the news. Join us now. But tell your friends, tell your families, tell your neighbors, tell your children, tell your babies, tell your sisters, cousins, tell anyone you can about the pop culture in the morning, or the after show or the late show at 7 p.m. I cannot talk today, or the daily video about 5 o'clock, which I will have up around 5 o'clock. Not really sure what it will be, but we will have something up for you around 5 o'clock. I think that's it. I'm just trying to stall to get a little bit more people here. Seems like a lot of people don't go to the waiting list. They just go right in once they see us live. Superman Funeral is a great sketch. I should have done some of the top 10 sketches because that is one of my personal favorites right there. Oh, Sinbad dressed up like Black Lightning, man, about to kill me back when it was new. I love that skit. Everyone in it is great. That is great shirt, Junkman. Thank you. It's like Nintendo, but it says Star Wars. Not one of mine, of course. This one here, I think I bought it at Walmart or somewhere. Not really sure. Live from New York is Junkman. Well, live from Georgia, I should say, right? Hi, everyone. Saturday Night Live. Now, I had to be honest. I hadn't watched the last couple of seasons of Saturday Night Live. I just can't get... It's just not funny. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for it. It seems like Saturday Night Live is kind of like music. When you grow up, those teen years are really, really the best. For me, yeah, the early teen years and maybe my early 20s were the 2 best times for Saturday Night Live. But we'll get into that. We'll talk some casting, characters, and all that in the last half of the show. But we're going to start with the first show with a little bit of news here. Let's see who's in the room again, though. Try to get a little bit more time for people here. We've got Dominic. Says, sorry, I'm late. You're not late. It's only 11:06. That's not late. If you come in at 11:55, then you can say you're sorry. Tiny Tim says, Secret Boss Kylo Ren that's a really more recent one that's still kind of funny. I can't think of any characters in the last, 5 to 10 years that's really been huge characters. I mean, you think in the 80s you had Billy Crystal. as You Look Marvelous. I can't think of his name. You had Wayne World in the 90s. You had the Cheerleaders, I guess, in the 2000s. Man, you had a lot of stuff.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.
But I really can't. I had to sneeze there. I really didn't want to sneeze on camera. Sorry about that. I don't know if any of you noticed that, but I need a go-to video when I got to do something like that. But be back in 50 minutes. Okay, actually, be back in 50 minutes and watch the replay on That Junkman Live channel. Go make sure you subscribe to that channel. Just introduced my son to Chris Farley's grade. He's going to be on a course. He's going to make the top 10 list of cast members, of course, that we're going to talk about. But like I said, I don't remember any characters. I mean, you got characters that really broke out mainstream that people that didn't watch Saturday Night Live knew. I mean, Ed Grimley. Like I said, You Look Marvelous, whatever his name was. You know, maybe the Cheerleaders. But MacGruber, remember MacGruber? I don't know if that really broke out really huge, but he had his own movie, so it must have done pretty good. Never saw the movie, but I was always a fan of that little skit. I just always worried that MacGruber, the movie, would stretch out too long. It was always best small, but I could be wrong. Most of those Saturday Night Live movies aren't any good. I could do a video about the worst Saturday Night Live movies, or the best. That would be a short list here. Working for money, but got you on the YouTube. Well, thank you so much. I'm trying to work for some money on YouTube also, trying to build up this channel so I can do this as my regular job. But I know a lot of people saying that's not work, but it is work. I've spent the last 2 hours just getting this ready for this one show. Several movies made in Saturday Night Live. Yeah, because we got the Blues Brothers is probably one of the classics. Blues Brothers and Wayne's World, I would say, was probably two biggest Saturday Night Live movies. Wouldn't you agree with that? I mean, then you got That's Pat, you got Stuart Smalley Saves the World, you got The Ladies' Man, and you got some other ones, I'm sure, that I'm top of my head. I think the Catholic Schoolgirl, Mary Catherine Gallagher had her own movie. But when you think Saturday Night Live movies, when you think good, probably the two most talked about, the most liked or loved is Blues Brothers and, of course, Wayne's World. Coneheads, yeah, made it into a movie. I don't know if I would say it was loved, but it's probably a little bit more mainstream than It's Pat and some of those others. I almost said Eddie Rabbit. Where'd that come from? Eddie Murphy's Robinson Neighborhood is really funny. I always loved that when I was a kid. I remember watching that with my grandma. Hans and Fonz is another good character. Stefan was great. A lot of people, when I was looking at my list to make my list of the top 10 characters, that Stefan guy came up there a lot. Sometime on the list number one, but I would know who it is. I think I was just too old. I never got into it. Could never find that funny. But again, I think it's just I didn't give it a chance. I never really sat down and watched a lot of them. The Muppets started the Muppets on the first season. Remember that? That was weird. They were kind of weird Muppets. And you remember, I didn't put it in my character list. Maybe I should have. Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill. Remember Mr. Bill? Oh, a lot of people forget that's Saturday Night Live. Mr. Bill. And you had a lot of writers. I should have went over the writers. I mean, you had Conan O'Brien writing for a while, I think. And then you had Bob Odenkirk, really funny guy, writing for the show. Jim Downey. I mean, you had a lot of writers that didn't really make it on the show. And I should have done maybe the top 10 news hosts. Who's the best news host? To me, it's more Norm Macdonald. I mean, come on. Norm Macdonald got it. He got it. It was a joke, didn't take it seriously. Well, I guess nobody took it seriously. But to me, Norm Macdonald was the best. I don't like this two newscast hosts as much as they've done in the last 10, 15 years. I like one guy. I like Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller gets a bad rap sometimes. I like Dennis Miller. The worst of the news hosts is probably Colin Quinn. But he was thrown in there when they fired Norm Macdonald, so I think even he agreed that he wasn't right for that role. Of course, Bill Murray and Jane Curtin. Wasn't that who it was? Jane on the original series. They were good together. Gummy, damn it. That's a really good classic one. But before we start Saturday Night Live, let's head over to Bill Murray's The Lounge Singer Singing Stars classic right there. With, what's his name in that? He's also in that video. What's his name? David Letterman's friend. Man, I'm getting old. I can't remember her friend. Paul Schaefer's in that skit also. Yeah, Larry David was writing some of the mid-'80s stuff back when it was really bad. I think he got one skit on. I think he's famous for getting one skit on. You can play Fortnite. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play some Fortnite. Joe Piscopo left to become a bodybuilder. I like Joe. Joe Piscopo gets a lot of bad reps also. But I like Joe Piscopo back when he was on. I like when he did the Whiners. Remember him? And the Whiners, and then he did, I'm in Jersey. I don't know if it's funny now, but it was funny back then. Let's head over to the news. I don't got much news. I don't really like news, so let's go. I'll start here. This Eagle Eye Star Wars fan has pointed this out. I don't know if anyone else has noticed. Maybe it's like Wizard of Oz that, hey, maybe we all noticed, and I just didn't put it together here. But how did it take me so long to know this? That the entire movie Star Wars is about how Luke Skywalker can't see anything using technology. At the end, he turns off his computer, relies on himself, and eyeballs the shot using the Force that destroys technology. You see, we got here. He can't look through the binoculars. He can't see through the flash field. He can't see through the helmet. Then he uses his own eyes to destroy the Death Star. That might be a little reaching right there. That might be a little reaching. I thought it was interesting to pull up. You know, I had a friend that told me one time that watched Wizard of Oz as an adult. They said, I never realized that, the Scarecrow, the Cowardly Lion does have courage. He goes into the castle at the end. I said, well, they all have what they wanted. The Tin Man cries all the time. He has a heart. He wants a heart and he cries all the time. Scarecrow comes up with the plan to rescue Dorothy. He has no brain. Dorothy can go home. She's got him in her slippers the whole time. That's the whole theme of the movie, that, hey, they had the power. All of them had what they wanted the whole time. But this might be a little reaching here. He did look through the binoculars and say he couldn't see the Tusken Raiders, but he did see the Tusken. He's, wait a minute, I see one of them now. So I don't know. That might be just getting a little far-fetched there. Care what you guys think here. And sad news. Sad news. We'll start off with some sad news. George Segal has passed away at the age of 87. A lot of you probably know him lately on The Goldbergs, which everyone's told me to check out. I've never watched The Goldbergs. I need to. You might remember him from the television show in the 90s, Just Shoot Me. I remember him a lot from Cable Guy. I love Cable Guy. Now, I know when Cable Guy came out, it got a lot of bad press, a lot of bad reviews. I don't know why. I loved Cable Guy from day one. And I remember him, he's asking, he asked Matthew Broderick's character, are you on the pot? And I remember another movie from the 90s, I don't hear many people talk about a Ben Stiller movie called Flirting with Disaster that I really loved. And he was in that. So I hate to see him go. Again, George Segal passes away at 87. Let's see what other news we got. In Marvel news that I usually don't care nothing about, but hey, I got to talk about that poster. Look at it. It's a great looking poster, and we've got the release date of Black Widow. I think they keep moving this movie over and over again, but apparently they're going to release it now on July 19th on Disney Plus and in theaters. I don't know why they waited this long. The theaters are about to open back up. Everything seems like everything's starting to open back up. Hey, I'm in Georgia. Everything's been open, but it looks like people are starting to go to theaters and everything. So I don't know why they waited this long, and now they're going to put on. You waited this long. Go ahead and just put it in theaters. I don't know. And we got Evan Peterson. I don't even know who that is. He looks familiar. He's probably in a comic book movie, and I don't even know who he is. But he's going to play Jeffrey Dahmer in a Netflix series. A series of Jeffrey Dahmer? I don't know about that. Sounds interesting, though. Could go both ways, I guess, right there. But Evan Peters will play Jeffrey Dahmer. Again, not really sure who that is. I'm sure you guys are saying, I know who that is. Okay, guys, again, Super Chats here. Means a lot to the show. Get you a random video. Hell, you might get something like, you might get this.
Kiss my grits!
Wouldn't you all love to see that? That is for Super Chats. Make sure I see the Super Chats over here and everything. We're at the 35. We're starting to build up here. We're starting to build up. So let's just look... Let's get into Saturday Night Live. You guys tell me what you got, who you like. Well, we're going to look at cast members first. We're going to look at... Hold on just a second here. We're going to look at cast members. Let me pull my list up. Thought I had it ready. Okay. This is my... Well, I got it wrong here. Where am I going here? Why am I going here? Hold on, guys. Where am I going here? What? Give me just a second. I don't know why it's pulling up the wrong order here. There we go. Okay. Let's start my top 10, at least my top 10 right now. Kevin Mooney, who is more of a recent cast member. I don't really watch the show, but when I do and I see Kevin Mooney, he never gets the air. I never see him that much, but every time I see him, I'm hilarious. It's dying. I love this guy. Wish they let him do more, or maybe needs to just leave Saturday Night Live and do his own thing. Maybe he has. I hadn't watched the last season. But I really love this guy. He's done a lot of YouTube videos also. Does like his character at high school. that's like thinks he's really cool, and I really love that character. He did a character where he's running for school president. I really love that. So Cal Mooney is really guy I really think, especially if I was still into Saturday Night Live, if I was younger, he would have been my favorite, I'm sure. I really like him. And of course, one of the original not ready for primetime players, Dan Aykroyd. How can you not love Dan Aykroyd, right? Now, it's hard when I was making this list because a lot of times I see these cast members and my mind goes to the movies they've done, stuff they've done since they left Saturday Night Live, but I'm trying to keep it in my mind frame into Saturday Night Live. And he was great in Saturday Night Live. I mean, the Bassmaster thing where he would cook the bass inside the, or chop up the bass. I really love that. Raw Solo sent us a super chat. Thank you. Means so much. When do shirts go on sale before the Disney strike? When do shirts go on sale before Disney strikes? We do actually have a sale coming up. Follow me on social media. I'll post that soon, but I know there's a sale. Well, there'll be $13 in a couple of days, not much longer. So if you don't want to pay that $20 or whatever it is for a shirt at junkmanmerch.com, you can wait a few days. They're going to go to $13. So let's give him a random video. Can't give him that one. They get mad when I play that one. I need some new ones here, but here goes.
I love it when a plan comes together.
There you go, Raw. That's your video clip for sending a super chat. Thank you. It means so much. Dan Aykroyd, again, great. Whenever you knew he was in a skit back in the early days, you knew it was going to be a good one. Eddie Murphy, of course, you can't talk Saturday Night Live cast members without talking Eddie Murphy. I mean, this guy was on fire the seasons in the early 80s when he was on the show. I mean, we talked about it already. We got Velvet Jones. You got Gumby. You got Mr. Robertson's Neighborhood. You got James Brown. Gonna get in the hot tub. Gonna make you sweat. Remember that one? That was a really good one, too. He had a lot of great characters. Always, if he came on if the show was sucking, show wasn't any good, but if Eddie Murphy came into a skit 9 out of 10 times, you're gonna find some humor in it just because Eddie Murphy's in it. So, all right, Chris is sending in a super chat. Thank you, Chris, so much. It does mean a lot. It means that we can do another episode of Pop Culture as we try to grow this channel. So that means a lot. It really helps out. Great. Get a Mountain Dew with this today. Today is my birthday. Can I get a Death Star? Ha 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 joke. Somebody will be getting a Death Star soon. Not sure who it is. Probably had that next Monday Star Wars show. We're going to announce a winner. But happy birthday, Chris. I'm going to have to give Chris a good video for that. It's your birthday, Chris. Man, I need one that's for birthdays. I need one that's like, hey, it's your birthday. Go, girl, it's your birthday. Not for real, though, just for play. I need to get you something. What can we give him for his birthday? You might have seen it. You've been here before. We're going to give you the ape singing.
Funny, but here's that rainy day. Here's that rainy day they told me about.
The great Paul Williams. Check out Paul Williams' music. Really great. He's more than just the little guy in Smokey and the Bandit. But happy birthday, Curtis. I'm not even sure if I said your name when I read your chat. Sorry, I think I said Chris. I think I did. Sorry about that. Curtis. A name I always liked. I have an uncle named Curtis, and I always... Okay, let's see here. Eddie Murphy, of course. We talked about that. Eddie Murphy in a skit. You know it's going to be classic. Jan Hooks, my favorite, probably one of my favorite female. I like Kristen Wiig. I'm not sure she made my list, but I love Kristen Wiig, anything with her in it. But Jan Hooks, man, rest in peace, man. Jan Hooks is great in anything she is. Not just, I mean, I know we're here to talk Saturday Night Live. What about Jan Hooks in Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Remember that? There's no basement in the Alamo. Adobe. Can you say Adobe? Oh, Jan Hooks and everything. I love. She was on Third Rock from the Sun. Really great as Vicky on that show too. She's really great. Jan Hooks. She did some kind of lounge singer thing with her and another girl. It was really always funny. But if Jan Hooks came on, especially if her and Phil Hartman was together, it was classic. Anything with Jan Hooks on it was amazing. And people forget Jan Hooks. You know, they talk Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, they talk Christian Wiig, and some of the later ones. But Jan Hooks was great. Bill Murray. Now this was a hard one because when I thought Bill Murray, I keep thinking of his movies. I think of the Bill Murray that we know. But he did have some great Saturday Night Live characters and was really great on Saturday Night Live. I need a shirt that's something like the basement of the Alamo or Adobe. Can you say Adobe? I need that on a shirt. I would wear it. Usually when I make a shirt, I say, if it's a shirt, I would wear it. I want it. That's going out to Curtis right there, too. And Will Ferrell. One of the more I like. Now, Will Ferrell is a little too much to take sometime in his movies. He does some really good movies and does some really bad movies. He's really good in Eastbound and Down. But he knows if he's in a skit, if the skit's tanking on Saturday Night Live, you knew mostly he could turn it around by just being himself. He could make it funny. Again, a lot of these people that I like is that they might not have the best characters or whatever, but usually if you knew they were in the skit, if the skit was tanking, they could turn it around. And he's just ripe for Saturday Night Live. And one thing you'll say about Saturday Night Live, you can judge it about that it's not funny and everything. They're very good at getting talent. I mean, look at all the comedians or actors that came out of Saturday Night Live that are big names today. One of my personal favorites here, and can you believe he was only on the show for one season? Martin Short. I love Martin. See, I was probably mid-teens, and this season of Saturday Night Live, I really love Ed Grimley, Nathan Thurm. Anything Martin Short did. I remember he did the synchronized swimming. Anytime you put Martin Short in a skit, especially at mine when I was young, I loved anything with Martin Short in it. Loved it. Three Amigos, someone said. I went to movies, saw Three Amigos. Didn't like it that much. But I was little. I needed to see Three Amigos again. Robert said the Jeopardy. Saturday Night Jeopardy game show is one of the best game shows, parodies they do. Of course, I love that one. And the great, late Chris Farley. Man, again, someone that the skit might not be funny. The premise of the skit might not be out there. But you put Chris Farley in there, have him doing something, it's going to get a laugh 9 out of 10 times. I mean, Chris Farley, he was great, man. And I would have loved to see what he'd done with his career. I think he would have been a great serious actor. You know, John Candy was in JFK, and he has a serious role, and he's really good. And that's another one. I think them two I would love to see do more serious stuff. But, man, Chris Farley. I mean, we all love Chris Farley, I think that's a no-brainer right there. I mean, you got the Matt Foley, probably his most famous character on Saturday Night Live. You had all kinds of, had him as the Chippendale Dancer with Patrick Swayze. He's just awesome. And my personal favorite, probably not my number one on the list, but my personal favorite is Norm Macdonald. I just love Norm Macdonald. I just love Norm Macdonald. He's the best one to do the news. And although he didn't do much skits, when he did show up in a skit, I loved his Bob Dole. And the best is probably Burt Reynolds when he show up on Jeopardy. You know, he would do that Burt Reynolds in the 70s Burt Reynolds style, chewing the bubble gum, the black suit and everything. This bandit look. Man, I loved it. And my number one pick for the best cast member of Saturday Night Live is coming up. I believe this guy to me, because he could do the comedy. If you put him in this guy I'm going to show next, put him in a comedy, he could do great at comedy. But if you need a serious, more, the straight man of a skit, he was there. He could do anything. And that's Phil Hartman. I mean, come on, Phil Hartman, another R.I.P., another guy that we lost tragically way too soon in a sad, sad way. But Phil Hartman, man, I love him in anything. Again, he wrote Pee-wee's, I think he co-wrote or helped write Pee-wee's Big Adventure. A lot of Pee-wee, he worked with Paul Reubens a lot, a.k.a. Pee-wee Herman. And I really love Phil Hartman. News radio, but Saturday Night Live, like I said, you could put him in any skit. He's funny. The Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer, the Anal Latina Chef. Just so many things. And he could do characters. He could do any kind of character you gave him. He was just the best, man. He was the best, without a doubt. So I'm going to check over the board, see what you guys think some of the best you think are. And then we're going to look at top 10 characters in just a second here. Car Shop Reality is in here. Dominic's in here. Just Chris is in here. Troy McClure. Oh, great. Simpsons character. Tiny Tim's in here. Chris Farley is the beer commercial. Oh, the beer commercial skit. The gay beer. I don't even know if they would do that today, but it was hilarious. Get the clip of Jumpman where he says, I'm just a caveman. I was going to get some Saturday Night Live clips, but Saturday Night Live, NBC or whoever are bitches about their skits. If you do one little scene, they will cut you off in a second. I tried to upload this. This is one of my favorite skits, and it's not online. I have it on VHS, and I tried to transfer it and put it on YouTube. It's Philadelphia. Remember Philadelphia with Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington, where they did a fake toy commercial, Philadelphia action figures. And I always want to, that's not on YouTube, or at least time I looked for it, it wasn't on there. And of course, they pull it down if you put it up. But I love that, man. And I think they show the jury scene in the back. You can see some vintage Star Wars figures. But if you can find it and you've never seen it, check out the Philadelphia action figure commercial. It is so funny. And actually, Patrick Stewart hosts that episode, and his opening monologue is pretty good. And they do a Next Generation mixed with Love Boat skit that was pretty funny. Maybe that's online, but I hadn't seen him in a long time. Hartman had the best voice ever. He did. Hartman could do anything. Like I said, Hartman could be and I know we're talking Saturday Night Live, but what about Phil Hartman in Jingle All the Way? Nothing makes me laugh probably more than Phil Hartman. He's such an ass kisser in that movie, and then the kids are acting up, and he burns his fingers on the cookies. He's like, "Pipe that in there!" Oh. That just kills me every time. Chris Foley's motivator speaker, Matt Foley. Yeah, really good. Okay, just stick with Miley there. I'm going to stick with Miley. I'm surprised. I was scared to put that on there, but so far they haven't. That was really short, so maybe I can grab some Saturday Night Live stuff if it's really, really short. George ordered the Cara Dune shirt. Well, thank you, Curtis. It means a lot. Glad you got it. That's a good shirt. Some people was upset by it. Say, hey, don't do that. And I say, hey, you can still like the character. I'm not saying you can like or hate the actress. It's a shirt about the character. Do you like Sarah Silverman? She didn't do enough. She didn't really do much. I like Sarah. I did like Sarah Silverman. She's got a little too political, a little nutty over the years. But I always liked her, especially back in that time period. But on Saturday Night Live, she didn't really do much. They didn't really give her much. And I can't remember much she did. I know she was in the lunchroom song in the background, dressed like something. But I remember she was on it. I just don't remember much she did on there. Curtis says, "Welcome to the Junkies." Curtis says, "Become a member." So let's give Curtis sent us that, but we'll give him a video because he is now welcome to the Junkies. So let's see here. Got to give you something. Welcome to the junk. I'm going to give you, we're going to give you Jack Burton.
You know what old Jack Burton always says at a time like this? Who? Jack Burton. Me.
So Curtis, welcome to becoming a YouTube member. You'll get the 5 o'clock video up early if I get off my ass and get it edited in time. Junkman, I just saw your post on the community page showing Cara Dune figure. Do you actually? Yes. Well, if you pre-ordered it, hopefully you'll be able to get it. If you already pre-ordered it, hopefully you'll be able to find it. It did ship. It looks like it is shipping, so it looks like you will get a Cara Dune figure if you ordered it. Getting one in the wild might be a little harder, but they should be out there. I could never go wrong with the Blues Brothers. Yeah, the Blues Brothers was really good, even though Saturday Night Live in the movie. Do you watch Saturday Night Live with Jim Belushi? James Belushi was on it. Yeah, I remember James Belushi being on it. He did a rap with the dad from Webster. It was really cringy. Welcome, Curtis. Yeah, welcome, Curtis. It means a lot, man. It really does. Car shot, really? Yeah, I'll own it. He owns that shirt. Yeah, a lot of people like that shirt. And Lucasfilm pulled down like 5 shirts yesterday. 5 shirts, but they didn't pull down that one. So, if you're wanting a Star Wars style shirt, you might want to hurry because they are going after me for some reason. It's not like I'm just putting toys on a shirt. It's not like they're losing any money because of me. Jack Burton is my favorite. It's all in the reflex. Well, I'm glad I gave you that for your birthday and for becoming a member. If I was asking if you found one at Walmart, the Cara Dune. I haven't seen any of the new Cara Dune stuff. I haven't seen the new retro stuff at the store yet. Is that what you was asking? I just saw your post on the community page showing Cara Dune figure. Did you actually? I haven't seen a Cara Dune figure. I did post a picture of someone that did get their pre-orders in the mail. Maybe that's what you're talking about. I did find some figures at Walmart, but it wasn't that. I just watched the Philadelphia. Oh, is it on? Is it on YouTube now? It wasn't for a long time yet. So I'll check out and see that's still on there because it is damn funny. But let's look at the top characters. Cast member is one thing, but let's talk characters of Saturday Night Live. And here's one of my personal favorites. Still funny. I laugh at this all the time. Brian Fellows. Now, if you go to YouTube and check, you can find a Brian Fellows skit there where he talks about sports during the news before he developed this animal show guy. And it's It's not funny. Even the audience isn't laughing. But I'm glad Tracy Morgan stuck with it, redefined this character, figured out what to make it work. And Brian Fellows, is just one of the funniest skits. And at the time, I think it got overlooked. I didn't hear people talk about it that much, when it was on the show. And then later in the years after it was gone, it seemed like it picked up more steam. People really got into it more with the reruns, I guess, and everything. But man, is it not? It's one of the classics, man. I'm Brian Fellows. And of course, probably, let's go this way. MacGruber, again, I haven't seen the movie. So a lot of people told me I should see the movie, but I haven't seen the movie. I love these little short skits. I always scared the movie's going to be dragged out too much, but I remember MacGruber. I always loved it. It was just so silly. I also like when he did this character where he had a bird on his shoulder, a hawk or something. I always like that. And this actor, Will Forte, if you've never seen the movie where he stars as Nebraska in a serious role in the movie Nebraska, check it out. I love that movie. It's Alexander Payne, one of my favorite directors. So check it out. If you've never seen the movie Nebraska, he is great in it. And, it's him taking his dad to Nebraska. And it's just, you think Will Forte, you think funny. But he is a serious role and he's amazing in it. And then we got, of course, Matt Foley. I'll bring it down a little bit. Matt Foley, I live in a van down by the river. We all know this one, of course. What can I say that hadn't been said? We all know Matt Foley's great. Falls into the table. No one could fall as good as... Now, Chevy Chase was good at falling, but I don't think no one was as good as falling like Chris Farley. And I don't know how he would fall on tables and stuff and not brace himself, not put his hands out. I don't know how any actor can fall and not put their hands out. And of course, Norm Macdonald as Burt Reynolds or Turd Ferguson. If you're watching the Jeopardy skit, which is usually 90% always good anyway, but if they brought on Burt Reynolds, if Burt Reynolds came up there to play the game, you knew you were getting some classic comedy right there. Did that one already. Talked about this earlier too. The unfrozen caveman lawyer. I love this. He's like, I don't know about your laws and everything. What do I know? I'm just a caveman. Love this skit, man. Really love that skit. NetX. Chris Rock. Chris Rock, they never let Chris Rock really develop enough characters. I think he could have done more with great characters. I love the NetX show, man, where he always the white man was always keeping it down, putting his talk show on at 2 o'clock in the morning. But NetX, I had an action figure of this. I had an action figure of NetX. Can you believe that? And we talked about Martin Short and one of my favorite Martin Short characters, Nathan Thurm. Now, you didn't really see him in the skit all to himself. It wasn't like, he wasn't mostly the main character of the skit. I remember he would show up in the news. Whenever they needed a lawyer, a lot of time Nathan Thurm would show up. And I just love how he couldn't believe that people, he was like, is it me? It's him, right? He just couldn't understand that people couldn't believe that, the client he was taken up for. Man, I loved Nathan Thurm. And I did that one already. And we talked about this one too. Phil Hartman as the chef that just has to get he don't even have time to cook because every time he makes a mess, he spends 10 minutes cleaning it up. He throws away some trash, he puts it in a Ziploc bag, staples it up, tapes it, writes trash on it, then has to put it in another bag, folds it, staples it, writes trash on it, leaves it do this. He's the anal retentive chef. It is some funny ass shit. If you've never seen this skit, Phil Hartman, please check it out. It is so funny. And again, one of my favorites growing up. So popular, he became a cartoon series. But Ed Grimley, man, I don't know if it holds up today, but when I watched Ed Grimley when I was about 14 or 15, nothing killed me. And he was so popular, and he was only on the show for one season. Can you believe Martin Short was on Saturday Night Live for one season? And we have Nathan Thurm, we have Ed Grimley, we have Jackie Roberts Jr. He had all these characters that broke out and became mainstream. I mean, at least Nathan Thurm was kind of mainstream. Ed Grimley was huge. One season. Can you believe one season? And of course, yes, he was on SCTV. I see someone said he was on SCTV also. Yeah, he was on there. That's a great show. I loved SCTV. That's another great sketch show. That and Kids in a Hall, man. That's a good one. And of course, you can't talk characters without talking Wayne's World. Classic. Everybody loves Wayne's World. I wasn't a huge fan of the Wayne's World skit. I mean, it was funny. It came on, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. But hey, they were really good, and the movies were pretty good too. And I think that's it. I think that's it for the characters. But we're going to talk about seasons in just a second. But let's, I'm going to play this real quick. Because I'll be right back, guys. That's another great character right there. Charles Nelson Riley, Alec Baldwin. Say what you will about Alec Baldwin, he does do some great characters. Yeah, I've seen Wayne's World. Tiny Tim says Wayne's World's back in the commercials. Yeah, I saw that. I've seen those. And your first reaction, man, they are old. But that's like everybody, I guess. So let's check over the chat again. Super chats to make sure I don't miss them. And that supports the channel to make sure we keep doing. Without super chats, we can't keep doing pop culture in the mornings of the live stream. So I'm not begging for super chats, but I'm just saying it's what helps us keep going. But we're going to plug along for a couple of weeks and see how it goes. And then we'll make a decision. Left Coast Graphics. I'm a ghost. Just plugging anyway. Ed Grimley was on SCTV too. Yes, he was. He was on SCTV. Great character on there also. I really like the originals. Yeah, a lot of people love the original. I never could get. Maybe I was just because, I mean, they're not bad. It's just, I think because of my age, I got more into the 80s and 90s stuff. And people was always like, the original's great. And then I went back and watched the original. I was like, okay, it's okay. But they're great. I mean, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, and all of them. Gilna Radner. Jane Curtin, I mean, they're great actors and everything. Nothing against them. They were a lot better than anything we got today, I'm sure. But I just never really got into the old ones as much, but I think it's mostly because of my age. Morning at 10,000 Ghost. The Ex-President. Oh, I forgot about the Ex-President's cartoon. That was pretty funny. I forgot about that one. The Gay Duo, I love that one also. Didn't they do a live action of that also? Celebrity Jeopardy's always classic. So let's go talk seasons. Let's talk seasons. And this is not, a lot of people say this is one of the worst seasons right here. Let me see, I got in my notes what year it was. Billy Crystal season was 84 to 85. One season. But look at this. Look at this cast. No, don't look at that. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I mean, you got Mary Gross. You got Rich Hall. And I didn't talk about Rich Hall. He would do Sniglets on not necessarily the news, but he had a couple of good characters on Saturday Night Live. I like Rich Hall. You have Billy Crystal was on one season. Billy Crystal, one season. And Martin Short, one season. You had Charles Rocket, Christopher Guest, James Belushi. I don't know who the blonde lady is. I forget her name. Mary Gross back there. And, of course, from Seinfeld, Louis Dreyfus. And you got, I mean, it was just a great cast for one. I don't think they let them grow. They changed them out after one season. You know, they were getting bad ratings. But I think, you know, they get a lot of bad rap. But I think they were a pretty good cast if they hung around. I mean, Harry Shearer, however you say his name. And, of course, probably my personal favorite maybe is 90 to 95. I mean, you got Phil Hartman, Jan Hooks, Dana Carvey, Kevin Nealon, Dennis Miller, Mike Myers, Victoria Jackson. We didn't talk about Victoria Jackson. Chris Farley. Then you had, I like the season when Adam Sandler, of course, came in. And, not Dave Full. What is the other guy? I get him mixed up with Dave Carvey. The Wayne's World guy. No, that is Dave Carvey. What's the other? David Spade. I don't know why I was thinking of the name. That's a good season, too. So right there around that season, Chris Rock, of course. But this is those early 90s. I don't know. I was probably, you know, early 20s, turning 20. Really like that cast also. And then this is probably later where I didn't watch it as much, but the about 2000 to 2006 cast where you have Will Ferrell, you had Daryl Hammond. We didn't talk about Daryl Hammond. He's another great. I might not be in the seasons I watch much, but Daryl Hammond always did. Anybody could do a lot of different verse characters I like. That's why I'm not a big fan of Kean Thompson. He's been on there a long time. It seems like he does the same character no matter who he's doing. But he's got some funny skits also. So I think that one has some really good stuff. Some really good cast members in it also. And of course, you can't talk Saturday Night Live without talking about the original cast. Again, some of the skits might not be my favorites, but I mean, look at what they went on to do since Saturday Night Live. What a great cast. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Jane Curtin. I love Jane Curtin. Jane Curtin's great. Laura Newman, is that her name? I forget her name. A lot of great cast right there for sure. Went on to do a lot of great things. So, curious what you guys think, what seasons you guys really got into. Oh, we got one more. Known as the worst season, and I might have to agree. They got some talented cast members, but this might be the worst season. We got, let's see, we got some talent. We got Anthony Michael Hall, from the teen movies of the 80s. We got, Cousin Eddie. Not Dennis Quaid. Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid is a Saturday Night Live member. Robert Downey Jr., probably the only MCU Saturday Night Live cast member I can think of. You got, man, I'm drawing blanks on them. You got John Lovitz, who was probably John Lovitz and the girl, I can't think of her name, hung around and was casting it anew. The rest of them, they all got rid of pretty fast. John Cusack's sister, Joan Cusack. Joan Cusack's really great. So you got a little great cast of people. But they really didn't take off. It was really a horrible season, but it seems like an odd cast. I mean, Anthony Michael Hall, he's already in Vacation. He was already in Breakfast Club and stuff as a Saturday Night Live cast member. Robert Downey Jr., I don't know. It just seemed like they were trying to go. They just didn't fit. Even if I love Randy Quaid, just doesn't fit with Saturday Night Live. I don't think you all can agree. We got our new Super Chat Candygram. You're that shark, aren't you? I'm just a dolphin. Who did the voice of the shark? Who was that? Anybody know who did the voice of the shark? Candygram. It wasn't the greatest. That has to be one of the greatest lines for Saturday Night Live ever. Candygram. Well, we got a super chat from Brian. Sends in a super chat. Always here to support the show. So let's send him. We'll give him this one right here since we're talking Saturday Night Live.
This is like my show where I talk to people who are pretty cool and will talk about things I think are pretty cool. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. We all know that it's pretty cool. So let's up with the chat. I didn't know Randy Quaid was ever a Saturday. Yeah, he was a cast. Like I said, I don't know if he did a lot. I can't think of a character he did. Is that Robert Downey Jr.? Yeah, that was Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man himself, as a cast member for Saturday Night Live. Lost a coat back in them days. I'm sure they did. 70s. I'm sure they done a lot. Man, I watched, I think Jim Brewer was on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about his time with Saturday Night Live. One of the only cast members that quit. And the horrors that went on backstage, and they talked about that and some stuff Phil Hartman said about the show to Joe Rogan when they were on news radio. Pretty interesting. Saturday Night Live, Miley, and Junkman do the same catchphrase. We do. I need to get my own. But it is pretty cool. I mean, how can you say it's not? Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, how can you see a Star Wars figure and not say pretty cool? Let's see here. Chevy was Len. Chevy. Did Chevy do the voice of Len? Okay. I wasn't ever sure. I couldn't remember who did the voice. Catch some of these right here, guys. Don't forget, we'll be back tonight, 7 o'clock. What is today? Today's Wednesday. Indiana Jones talk. I don't know what the topic's going to be, but today, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we'll be back with a live stream to talk Indiana Jones. What are we going to talk about? I don't know. Brewer as the Goat Man was good. Yeah, Jim Brewer as the Goat. It got a little old, I think. It was one you couldn't do too much, but yeah, I like the Goat Boy, or Goat Man, whatever it was. That was good. His Joe Pesci was good. He always did a really good Joe Pesci when he did the Joe Pesci talk show. That was really good. Chevy Chase and Bill Murray, they didn't get along. I heard a lot of people didn't get along with Chevy Chase. I don't think that they made the movie Caddyshack. I don't think they. Yeah, Bill. I heard a lot of people, even not just Saturday Night Live, has had a lot of stories about Chevy Chase and getting along with him. So I've heard he's really difficult to get along with. The alien autopsy scene is. I don't know the alien autopsy scene. I don't think. Sounds interesting. Chris Farley show. Was that the one where he was like doing interviews with like Paul McCartney? He was all nervous, and he was just like, you remember that time you did a song? He was just on the ask question. He was always, do you remember? Man, that was great. Burr has some great. See, yeah, I didn't like Jim Brewer much when he was on Saturday Night Live. He always seemed a little too hyper for me. But then later, I watched him on podcasts. He used to come on the Opie and Anthony show and watch him at his stand up, and I really like him a lot more. You know, he was in the on-air pilot of Clerks. I think he played Randall in Clerk. If you're a fan of Kevin Smith's Clerk, he played Randall in the television live action show Pilot. I think I did a reaction video to that, but they never got released. Chevy Chase is great in Community. Yeah, but that's another one I heard that the cast of Community has some problems with him. Like I said, I don't know what's with Chevy Chase. I don't know why people have so much problem with him. Chris Farley show. Just remember that remember that time Junkman said pretty cool? That was great. Yeah, I love that character. I would love that when he did that. That was awesome. So we got about 15 more minutes here, and I've run out of Saturday Night Live stuff to talk about. I last saw Chevy in Hot Tub Time. I liked Hot Tub. Was he? Can't remember if he was in. I don't remember him in a Hot Tub Time Machine. I hadn't seen that in a while. Well, I actually liked that. I didn't like the sequel. I don't think I liked half of it, but I liked Hot Tub Time Machine. It was pretty. I liked it. Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor. Oh, the job interview. Try to do that today. The millennial's head would explode. That is a classic. That's a classic skit right there. The job interview. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy is always always like that one too. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. That was always really funny. Jack Handy, of course, wrote for the show, did some good stuff as a writer. See if I missed any more. Oh, it was a new I never saw that New Vacation movie. I heard enough about it, didn't want to see it there. An alien autopsy scene with Kate McKinnon. She's funny, but I have to see that. I don't know, one of the later ones. I might have to check that out. The best episode of Community is a D&D episode, but it got canceled. Didn't see. I never watched Community. Heard good things about it. Don't stop yourself, Jumpman. You almost said pretty cool. Embrace the catchphrase. It is yours. It is pretty cool. Hey, Jumpman. How's it going, man? Digital Pollution. It is going very good. It sounds like a rock alternative band from the 90s. I like that. Digital Pollution. This Sunday, we're going to rock with Digital Pollution. Megadeth and Color Me Bad. Okay, sorry, lost it there for a second. I love the National Lampoon movies, the first three. I didn't like European Vacation, and I didn't like Vegas Vacation. I do love Christmas Vacation, a classic, and I do love the original. Let's see here. I'm gonna play a skit just a second. We're gonna play a skit, although we didn't get a super chat. We're gonna do a video anyway. We're gonna give you. Let's do this one.
Yeah. Sorry, Ryan Johnson haters. It's still on, says Star Wars Junk Man. Star Wars Junk Man. Star Wars punk ass.
Star Wars Junkman punk ass. Okay. Chevy Chase. I won Dungeons and Dragons. I was a fan. I never watched Check Community. I've heard some good things about it. Saw Chevy Chase in what was that movie we watched with my kids? Snow Day. It was a stupid movie. How's it going, man? Everything's going good. No super chat. Chris Farley show was here. Chris, I read that one. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make sure I didn't miss any of these. But again, super chats, make sure I don't miss them if you really want me to see. If Rich Hall was doing stuff today, he'd be a big. Yeah, Rich Hall. I mean, think about it. Rich Hall and what was his Sniglets. That's ripe for Twitter. He should have took a hold of Twitter and brought that back, because it's just perfect. It could be a website, but it'd be perfect for something like Twitter, small and quick and fast. We got Car Shop Reality saying a super chat really means a lot. I feel like Jumpman left off Church Lady today because it was too real to him, probably to deal with church ladies and his childhood. Thumbs up, Church Lady. Man, that was a good skit. I did like some Church Lady, and I remember the first skit. Speaking of Chevy Chase, one of the first skits, a church lady. It wasn't her, doing her show. She was in a skit with at a church function, and I think Victoria Jackson. We didn't talk about really great. Her and Chevy Chase, and there's some more of a skit, than her doing her show. It was really funny, but I really love Church Lady. Isn't that special? I really love that. You're right, Chris. Car Shop Rail. I forgot about Church Lady. I should have brought that up. Here goes a video just for Car Shop Reality. No one else can look at it.
Song about Jelly Man Kelly. He loves jelly the most. Papa most of all. Jelly Man Kelly loves jelly on toast.
Isn't that special? Yeah, Church Lady. Isn't that special? Thank you, Car Shop. I did forget about that. There's some other characters I've probably forgotten about here. I can't remember them because I've forgotten them. John Lovitz. Did we talk John Lovitz? He was really great. I like when he did The Liar. Oh, man. He would tell the most outrageous stories, and then he would... what was his catchphrase? Someone help me out. What was John Lovitz when he did that Liar? He was like, yeah, that's the ticket. That's what he would say. That's the ticket. Remember that? That's the ticket. Man, I forgot about that. I really like that character also, John Lovitz. And we're talking Phil Hartman. It's Phil Hartman, Kevin Nealon, and I think one more, where they would do like the Universal Monsters. Remember, Phil Hartman, he was fire bad. And they would do like Christmas carols. I think one was Tonto. John Lovitz says Tonto. That's who it was. Tonto. Kevin Nealon as... I just had it in my head. Kevin Nealon. John Lovitz was Tonto, right? Kevin Nealon, Frankenstein. Who the hell is Kevin Nealon? Someone help me out. Who was Kevin Nealon? I just saw it in my head too. I was just thinking about Kevin Nealon. Damn it! I hate that James Taylor clip. I was rooting for Miley. Well, we already did Miley, so I had to give you something else. But we will give you. Since you hate that one, I will give you. Let's give you another one since you don't like that one. Here you go, just for you, Car Shop Reality.
Sorry, Virginia. There ain't no Santa Claus.
Sorry to break him, but there ain't no Santa Claus. We got another super chat. Who was the three? Frankenstein, Tonto, and fuck. I think it was Kevin Nealon. Somebody knows out there. Tarzan, thank you. Somebody, who's that? Mason Wallace said Tarzan. You're right. It was Tarzan. Yeah, that was funny. I always like that. I think every time Justin Timberlake is on there, he does a jump. And it does a super funny. Yeah. Actually, thank you. Justin Timberlake's one of those that should have been a cat. It really changed. You know, I was an old boy band guy, but man, his Dick in a Box classic song. He dressed up like that mascot thing. That was always funny. He always brought his A game. He was always one of those that would do an A game really, really good. So he could have been a cast. Steve Martin should have been a cast member. That's another one that could have been a cast member. Of course, Alex Baldwin could have been a cast member. There's a lot of them that really come on the show and bring their A game. I mean, Alex Baldwin's almost. I mean, he did Donald Trump. He's almost hard to say he's not a cast member. Dunecock's wife is like a Saturday Night Live skit. She might be a skit. I need to get me a blonde wig and do a skit. Actually, I got a blonde wig because I dressed up for the action figure show as 11. Bill Hader, Stefan. I've heard a lot about Stefan. I have to go back and watch him. See, there was one other character on the news in recent years. I never watched it, but he was like some guy from like the 1800s, with the powder wig and makeup and everything, and he would do movie reviews. And I always thought it was so funny. I only saw it like twice. No, Steve Martin was never a left coast graphic. Steve Martin was never a member of Saturday Night Live. He was just come on and hang out, kind of like Alex Baldwin does. He was never an official cast member. I love Alex Baldwin. Yeah, Alex Baldwin is really good. He's really good at doing characters. Oh, Alex Baldwin as on Jeopardy as not Tony Randall. Who the fuck? Not Tony Randall. You know what I'm talking about? God, I'm getting old. Alec Baldwin as Tony Bennett. Thank you, Google. Oh, I'm thinking Google. Tony Bennett. Yeah, he was really great as Tony Bennett. I think it's on that anniversary episode of Saturday Night Live. Check that out. Jeopardy. Tony Bennett, Alec Baldwin. That is great. Whatever happened to Chris Kattan? Yeah, I don't see him much anymore. He had the monkey thing. That was really funny. Will Ferrell as Alex Trebek was really great. The Alex Baldwin and the Swedish meatball skit. That's a classic right there. Also, Ashley super chat. I didn't give her a video. I got all these videos and I thought I had a lot. We're gonna give you 2 small ones, maybe. I don't know. Oh, we're talking Saturday Night Live, so we're gonna give you 2. We're gonna give you this one.
Marsha. I love being
There you go. I'll give you 2. Because they were short. Was Paul Lynde and Charles Nelson ever on a game show at the same time? I don't think they were. Not that I can think of. They, you know, they were like Coke and Pepsi. Charles Nelson Riley and Paul Lynde. Paul Lynde died pretty early. I mean, I know Charles Nelson Riley until just died a few years ago. But Paul Lynde died pretty early, didn't he? Sadly. Let's go back and see Paul Lynde. I know. We'll get to watch him. He died in 82. How old was he? Paul Lynde. Yeah, so he died pretty... But I didn't see Charles Nelson. I mean, Charles Nelson Riley did a documentary. It was pretty good about his life. Like Charles Nelson Riley is still alive or something. Maybe that's the Paul Williams. Paul Williams has a good documentary also about his life. He died at 55, pretty young, 55. How did he die? Y'all are just gonna watch me Google now. Fell the birthday. You know, Paul Lynde had a friend, a young man that went back to a hotel with him on drugs or something, and jumped out a window at a hotel, man. Okay, I'm just being... died of a heart attack. Okay, sorry about that. Al Franken. Al Franken and Martin Lawrence got into... Yeah, Al Franken was a writer for a couple of years, then became a cast member. Forgot Martin Lawrence. Oh, they got into it when he... Yeah, I've heard about that. Al Franklin did this thing where he had a satellite on his head during the news. Used to crack me up, man. LOL. Juan. Loved watching Saturday Night Live while in jail. Watch it wherever you can. Sorry, Mr. Peepers. Forgot about Mr. Peepers, man. Who played Sean Connery? That was Daryl Hammond. Daryl Hammond he was like another one that could do anything. Kind of like Phil Hartman. 1,000 Ghosts. I saw somebody say something about 1,000 Ghosts. I didn't know what they're talking about. It's this person's name. Okay. You will love my chocolate sweaty balls, Junkman. I'll take your word for it right there. Maybe you can let Robert Long taste your sweaty balls. Okay, we're just trying to catch up. We got about 3 more minutes here, so got about 30 more minutes.
Ziggy, if you hear me, take me far, far from here. Let me leap to 89. That was a better year.
I know you're saying. I wish Jumpman quit playing that. Daryl Hammond is a replacement for... Yeah, I mean, Daryl Hartman was... I cannot talk. Daryl Hammond was really good, though. He really did great characters. Not as great as Phil Hartman, of course. Phil Hartman, man, voices and everything. And I said it again, Phil Hartman is that kiss ass in Jingle All the Way, man. Love that. It's such a tragedy we lost Phil Hartman and how we did, man. Remember the skit with Harrison Ford bought Mark Hamill on... I remember the Mark Hamill being on the Home Shopping Channel, but I didn't know Harrison Ford bought it. I had watched it a long time. I don't remember that. Chris Cadwell. I thought Chris Cadwell was on vacation. Chris, if you're on vacation, go back to vacation. Darth, you just did Sean Connery. Was really fun. Yeah, that guy doing Sean. Yeah, he was really good at Sean Connery. Really, really good. Now I will tell you who don't get talked about much is Norm Macdonald's David Letterman. If you never see, got any gum? Okay. Anybody? David Letterman. Norm Macdonald is David Letterman. Nobody talks about it. I love it. And Joe Piscopo did a very good David Letterman also. So check that. If you've never seen Norm Macdonald doing Letterman, check it. It's really... Chris Follish, remember that time Junkman messed up saying that word one time? That was great. That's all the time. Well, it was Mark Hamill doing the voice. I have to go back and watch that skit. I don't remember if Harrison... I don't remember... I remember when it was new, but I haven't seen it in a long time. That's when they had the Chewbacca rookie card, and the guy was like, we got it right now, the rookie card. And then they brought Mark Hamill out there tied up or something, try to sell him. Classic skit. Talk about Saturday Night Live, Star Wars skits. Of course, we got the Lounge Singer. We talked about that. I always like the casting when they would do like these people trying out for casting parts for Star Wars. Always classic. Kylo Ren, the Undercover Boss is a good one. A lot of good Saturday Night Live skits. I mean, Star Wars related skits. I'm going to watch some skits now. Well, don't watch skits now. Watch it in about 40 seconds when we close out this show. Don't forget, 5 o'clock today, the normal video will be up. And 7 o'clock tonight Eastern. The live stream will continue with Indiana Jones talk. The Star Wars the Star Wars, the guys buying the Star Wars toys were like, we got to buy one to open, one to keep in the box, and one just in case. That is classic, man. It was actual Daryl Hammond's voice. That is Harrison Ford. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember Harrison Ford buying him. That's funny that he bought him. The only season I played PlayStation 1 was Phil Hartman's voiceover. I didn't know he did that. That's pretty, Phil Hartman actually got before, it was like from the 70s, he's got there's an album cover. Man, let me pull that up real quick. Y'all don't care, but let me pull that. He did the art for an album cover. And I didn't know that. Hold on. I think he actually did a few of them. Yeah, he did a lot of album cover art for artists, but before he was on Saturday Night Live, and before he was... See if I can pull up. Oh, well. I can't find it right now. Fighting Clowns, I think, is one he did, but I don't know who that is, Fighting Clowns. Phil Hartman, album covers by Phil Hartman. Let's see here. Okay, he did Poco 7, I don't know who that is. America, that band America, he did the album cover for them. Another one called American, the Harbor album. Fighting Clowns album he did. Well, let's see. Let's do this real quick. Try to do this real quick, guys. Give me just 1 second, guys. Safari, here we go. Here we go, guys. This is album covers done by Phil Hartman, and I didn't even know he did any album covers. So he did that. Let's go back to the top here. I know America, but he did this. I don't know who this is, but he did that album cover. Most of these were in the 70s, I think. That one, just like he just took a photo. This one here, album cover by Phil Hartman. Fighting Clowns. Look at that. Phil Hartman did that. I didn't even know that. Phil Hartman, another one for America. He did a lot for America, I guess. Poco. Legend. He did that album cover. That's another album cover by Phil Hartman. See, I didn't know he did so many album covers. That's kind of wild. We'll close these. I don't need those closed. Okay, guys, we're over an hour in, so we're going to cut it short. Cut it short. We're going to cut it. We're going to head out. I had that album, American album. That's cool. I like to have it just because Phil Hartman did it. That's pretty cool. Oh, excuse me. Did I say it again? That is pretty cool.
This is like my show where I like talk to people who are pretty cool and will like talk about things I think are pretty cool. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
That does sum up my channel. Except for the interviews, I do talk about stuff that's pretty cool and stuff I like. That's pretty cool. But anyway, guys, thank you for the super chats. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for telling people about the show. We will be back at 7 o'clock live Eastern tonight to talk Indiana Jones, and 5 o'clock the daily video. So check that out. I want to thank you. I want to thank Chris, Tiny Tim, Card Shop Reality, Robert Long, City Picker. I haven't done a young Indiana Jones video. Maybe I'll do that. Chris, Indiana Smith, and all you others that are in here. We're at 41. I want to thank you guys. It means a lot. And we'll be back at 7 o'clock and again 5 o'clock for the daily video. See you then. Thanks again.
All right, fellas, and away we go.